Okay, we're continuing the build up to Contenders London, October 2nd, the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. I'm very pleased to say with me tonight, two guys, possibly the most talked about fight on the card, Matt Findlay and Steve Hill, going to meet at middleweight. It's going to be an absolute barn burner, I think. And guys, we're going to talk about the fight in a minute. And I know you've been going back and forth on social media, sending each other memes of what you're going to do to each other. And you're going to disagree clearly on who's going to win the fight. But can we agree on one thing before we get going? This fight, whatever happens, is not going to go the distance. Steve, you agree?
Absolutely. No way.
It's not going the distance. You've never. I mean, obviously, you've won all of your fights so far, and you've never heard the final bell, have you? So you've got a history of finishing fights.
10th fight, and I've never been there.
And Matt, what are you saying?
10 fights. I say 10 bums.
You're the bum. You're the bum.
Not me, brother. Not me. I've got pedigree.
Let's talk a little bit about that then. So obviously coming into this fight, Steve, you're 3-0 as a pro. Matt, you're 3-1. So you do have a loss on the record, but you're just hinting there, Matt, that you don't think that Steve's been in with a fighter like you before.
Absolutely not. Looked at Steve's record, and his last two guys have even fought MMA before. Not amateur, not pro, no MMA at all. So he's conceited to believe that he's going to have the same way what he does to me to those guys. Impossible. And absolutely impossible.
Steve, I would imagine that you will disagree with that, and you see Matt just as another name in the road.
Yeah, he's just in the way. You know. Yeah, nothing's different. 4-0 for me on October 2nd.
And tell me, Steve, how are you going to win the fight? Where are you better than Matt?
Where am I better than Matt? From what I've seen everywhere, but I don't think his grappling is nowhere near on my level, if I'm being honest with you. But I want to change it up. I want to stand up, and I want to play with him a little bit, play with my food a little bit, and mix it up. All my friends are getting a bit bored of me taking everybody down and finishing them, you know. So, gonna mix it up this time.
And Matt, how would you reply to that? And where do you think you're going to win this fight? And where are you better than Steve?
His friends are bored because they're sick of him fighting bums. That's why. They're bored because none of his guys, his faces even can stop a double leg. None of them. So now I'm entering the arena now with him. Mate, he be shooting for takedowns from London Bridge as soon as I hit him with my hands. From London Bridge. I give it that from the Millennium Dome, from the O2 Arena, he'd be shooting from takedowns as soon as I hit him with my left hand, man.
And you, as far as you're concerned, you're the better stand-up fighter, Matt. Is that what you're saying?
I'm better than him everywhere. Everywhere. He does not impress me at all. Okay. Nowhere. Yeah, he's got a brown belt. That's awesome. That's great. But this ain't jiu-jitsu, my friend. This is a whole different world.
One of the things
I know.
One of the things that interests me about this fight, Matt, is that you're coming down from light heavyweight for this middleweight fight. And I note that you've said on some of the videos that, as far as you're concerned, Steve's just too small. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Like, everyone believes that I fought at light heavyweight. I took fights at light heavyweight. Okay. But all my career, I've been a middleweight. All of it. I was the Warrior Fight Series amateur middleweight champion as well. All my pro fights have been at middleweight apart from one. So I'm a middleweight fighter because I take fights at light heavyweight because I fight the big boys as well. Sometimes you take the fights that's been given to you.
And Steve, obviously the one thing that Matt has on his record that you don't is a defeat. And they always say about undefeated fighters, they're dangerous because they don't know how to lose. Would you agree with that going into this fight?
I disagree. I've lost many times. I've had over 30 boxing fights. I've had over 100 jiu-jitsu fights. I've lost many times. I felt loss. I felt losses when I was a young boy boxing in the ABAs. I felt it before. That's why I'm undefeated in MMA. I felt losses before. It's nothing new to me. I'm hungry as ever before.
And are you worried about Matt potentially being the bigger guy in there? As I say, he's fought at light heavyweight. No,
not at all. The amateurs, the middleweights I fought as amateurs, they were all 100 kilo plus. They were all bigger than me. I'm used to it. I always compete upper weight in jiu-jitsu. I'm used to it.
Okay. It is in terms of how you see each other as opponents, Matt. Can I ask you what you think Steve does well?
Yeah, Steve is a good fighter. When you talk about like skill set, he is a good fighter. When I watched one of his pro fights, I think his pro debut, he was like a really good outfighter, orthodox striker, really keeping the distance, really measuring the distance well. The guy was southpaw, so he's a good fighter. This is what's good about this fight. He's actually a good fighter. He's not a bum given to me to make a win. It's a good match made fight of like two guys to get to who wants to get to the next level. So he ain't shit, but he ain't better than me.
And Steve, can I ask you about Matt? What do you think he does well as a fighter?
What does Matt do well? I don't know, man. He's there, like he says, he ain't no bum. Matt's a good boy. But I'll be deadly honest with you, I'm not impressed with anything.
That's fair enough.
He will be on Saturday night.
And there you go. So, boys, let's finish with a prediction then, shall we? You've both agreed it's not going to go the distance. So how is this fight going to end, and how are you going to win? Clearly, you both think you're going to win.
With my hand raised.
Yeah, you both think you're going to win, and that's exactly how you should be going into a fight with confidence. Matt, how are you going to win this fight, and what round's it going to be over in?
Absolute domination from start to finish. I guarantee the kid will never fight a middleweight ever again.
Answer the question, Matt.
Can we get a round out of you, or are you looking at a 3-round
question? You're a politician. Don't dodge a question. Tell him.
I'm a great politician, man. Second round TKO.
Second round TKO. And Steve, what are you saying?
Second round TKO for me.
So you're both agreeing on second round. You're both agreeing it's not going to go the distance. Can we agree that there is some mutual respect between you, though?
Of course. Yeah. I respect all my opponents. I've been having fun online, but I respect Matt 100%. There's no ill will to any fighter. You know, they're doing the same thing we all want to do. We all want to win, but how I see it, they're just in the way. You know. It's either going to be my forearm or my elbow bouncing off his head, or he's going to be tapping. That's it.
There we go. Predictions.
No judges.
Judges will not be needed for this fight. I think we're all in agreement on that.
Tell the judges to go have a coffee.
And guys, can we just finish talking a little bit about the event? It's the first time Contenders have been in London. Obviously an ambitious promotion. They've got plans for shows in America and all over Europe as well. This must be one you're excited to be on, Matt.
Super excited. I'm happy to be fighting in London. Lots of times I'm fighting away from home, getting booed away from home by the audience, but this time I hopefully get some chairs. It's going to be an amazing event, fighting at home and putting this guy away in the second round.
And Steve, for you, excited to be part of this?
Buzzing, mate. Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait.
Superb.
Like Christmas for me.
I think we're keeping you from training, so I won't keep up too much more of your time.
Guys, let's go. Let's keep going.
Do you want to wish each other good luck, guys, before you get locked in that cage?
Luck, Matt. All the best to you, mate. All the best.
Yeah, all the best. All the best, bro, man. You're going to need it, man. All the luck in the world.
There you go.
We'll see. We'll see, brother.
Do not miss this fight, guys. Contenders London, October the 2nd, Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. This is one of surely the contenders for fight of night. Look at that. Look at that physique there from Steve as he's getting ready to get into training. As I say, do not miss it. Get your tickets here from contendersmma.com. Steve Hill, Matthew Findlay, October the 2nd, Contenders London. Do not miss it.